welcome back. I'm happy to be back today with another video for some more DC updates. It looks like Warner Brothers Discovery might have found its new head of DC. So when the merger took place and they kind of revealed, I guess, or shared what they want to do with DC and the organization structure that they want to have, Zaslav mentioned that they want to find someone to be in charge of DC and the overall universe moving forward, but including TV as well, not just film. And most people are, comparing that to a Kevin Feige type of position. Zaslav had mentioned that they want to have a similar structure to what Marvel and Disney have. Oh, and shout out to Displate since I see the ad here. I did receive some beautiful wall art today. Finally, I have a little, I got my wall started, got it started. Thanks for the support. It's not like you guys definitely play a part in supporting me, and I definitely appreciate it. So, have to thank you guys for supporting the channel and allowing me to be able to kind of, upgrade my little space sometimes. So, Dan Lin, the executive turned producer who counts hits such as the live action Aladdin, the Lego movie, the It horror movies among his credits, is in talks to take the role of DC chief, multiple sources tell The Hollywood Reporter. The role would encompass overseeing not just film, but television as well, with Lin reporting directly to Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav, according to what Hollywood Reporter has been told. So the proposed structure would bypass three separate division heads. Warner Brothers Pictures heads Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi. We know that they have a co-chair situation for that. HBO and HBO Max chief Casey Bloys and Warner Brothers TV chair Channing Dungey. And put control of DC in the hands of one person. So whoever, if it's Dan Lin or someone else that becomes the DC chief for film and movies, or film and TV, they would report directly to David Zaslav. Okay. So again, Walter Hamada, the current head of DC Films, would transition out of the role. According to sources, a Warner's insider says that no negotiations are taking place and no official offer has been made, although other sources say the parties are discussing salary, reporting structure, and the future of Lin's prolific production company, Ride Back. So I guess there are some people saying that, he's not in negotiations to take on this role, and other people are saying that he is. So maybe it just depends who knows what at the moment. But his name is coming up now in talk. I mean, it has been said for a while that they are looking for someone. Greg Berlanti came up, some other people. They mentioned some other people in the article that were kind of maybe possibly being discussed as options for this role. And like I said, David Zaslav said in the beginning of the merger, when everything kind of was being finalized, that they want this kind of structure. They want someone in this position to really be in charge of DC film and TV. And that's what it says here. Zaslav has said he was searching for Warner's own version of Kevin Feige. And so that's kind of the structure that they were looking for. Some other names that have come up recently for this role, Emma Watts, Amy Pascal, Matt Telmack, Sean Bailey, and Greg Berlanti. Greg Berlanti's name is obviously very familiar with all of the CW and TV projects and properties. So it goes on to say, Lin's name appeared late in the game, but he has a champion in Warner's advisor, Alan Horn, who we also not too long ago learned has become a senior advisor for Warner Bros. Discovery, the former Disney chair who ran Warner's as president and COO in the outs. It was during the latter tenure that Lin worked for Horn, so they also have a history working together. Starting as a junior exec, rising to senior VP production, he struck on his own as a producer in 2008, but not before shepherding movies such as The Departed and 10,000 BC. He also oversaw the infamous and aborted Justice League feature that was to have been directed by George Miller. So a little bit of background on there for him. He's also a respected producer for his smarts, and in a town full of hype and egos, his willingness to find experts on the fields that are not his forte. He has worked on franchises, the Robert Downey Jr. starring Sherlock Holmes features, the 4 Lego movies, as well as the wildly successful 2-part adaptation of Stephen King's It. His resume ranges from big offerings, such as the billion-dollar grossing Aladdin, to intimate dramas such as the Oscar-nominated The Two Popes. He is coming off of the early August release of Universal's Joe Coy comedy Easter Sunday. So he has a pretty wide range of experience of film and, big, um, big, large scale franchises and quite a bit under his belt. He also has TV experience, which is a key factor for the new position because whoever is in charge of DC is going to be in charge of both aspects of DC. Lynn and his company executive produced the Lethal Weapon show that aired for 3 seasons on Fox, and Walker, which was the reboot for Walker, Texas Ranger, that will begin its third season on the CW this fall. He and his company are now in post-production on the big budget live action series take on Avatar: The Last Airbender for Netflix, which I am very much looking forward to. It also mentions that he has ambitions beyond the screen. His banner, Ride Back, which is a production company, has a nonprofit arm and several initiatives and fellowships that aid biopic and rising entrepreneurs. So regarding his production company, it says it's unclear what would happen to Ride Back, but one scenario, according to sources, is that Warner Brothers Discovery could take some sort of stake in the company. Ride Back would also continue to operate as a production entity and be run by current president Jonathan Eyrick. Okay, so the rest of the article kind of talks about Walter Hamada's the past, like recent, kind of what happened under his tenure, his time as in charge of, being in charge of DC. Just a rerun of all of these things that we have been following with Justice League and Ray Fisher and his exit, and movies that how many movies they were planning on putting out before the merger, and just kind of a summary of his time there at DC. Walter Hamada's. This quote goes back to what David Zaslav said during the earnings call when he kind of laid out the plan and the vision that they have moving forward for DC. This kind of confirms that Walter Hamada is going to indeed transition out of the company. When Batgirl, not too long after Batgirl got canceled, there was reports coming out that Walter Hamada was thinking about at that time leaving because he was so angry and upset, and now it seems, and then it said that he might, stick around until the Black Adam release and he's going to transition out. That probably seems likely. He's probably not going to stay any longer than that. I'm not 100% sure, but if they are really looking for someone to come in and take on that role, then I imagine, it's not going to be very long before they need someone in. They need to know who they're going to have in charge of DC by the time he transitions out. And if he is going to leave after Black Adam, that's only, give or take 2 months away. So it makes sense that Walter Hamada would not be sticking around. I doubt that he would, have transition to a different role or something like that in DC. Sometimes that does happen. Toby Emmerich, he's not completely gone from Warner Brothers. He's going to have a production company under New Line. So, but far away from the DC world, obviously. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm just saying it seems unlikely that Walter Hamada would stay at Warner Brothers and then just take on a different role. That wouldn't really make any sense. The new leadership obviously wants new people in place and in charge of DC for a reason. They have a whole new team. They're putting together a whole new team for that huge franchise that they have now acquired. So it makes sense that they would, the people that were there previously are no longer going to be involved. But I just wanted to give, talk about that update on the channel because we've been following things leading up to this. And there's also some updates regarding the movie slate and release date changes and what that means, hopefully for the DCEU moving forward. Aquaman 2 and Shazam 2 release date changes. If you want more details about that, you can watch my video from yesterday. It is on the channel. So you can head over there if you missed that. And any other recent videos you might have missed with all of these DC updates coming out almost every day. So thank you guys for watching. We will continue to, I'm going to do my best to still, continue to try to stay updated on all of this stuff going on. Seems like good positive changes coming our way, I hope. So thank you guys for watching. Check out the links in the description. Thank you guys for all the support. And don't forget to, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.